Agents arrest a Broken Arrow man accused of setting up hidden cameras inside a cabin at Keystone Lake and also inside his own home.
And how one woman is turning her heartbreak into something good through blankets and stuffed animals.
But first, an all-day search for a missing toddler in Okemah ends in tragedy today.
Oklahoma's own News on 6 starts now.
First here at 10 o'clock, a search for a missing toddler in Okfuskee County does not turn out the way anyone hoped it would when the little boy was found dead this evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Day.
And I'm Lori Fulbright. His family says Eris Muse crawled into bed with his parents overnight, but when they woke up, he was gone. They live in a rural area with lots of hills, gullies, trees, and ponds. News on 6's Ashland Brothers has the latest details.
Troopers say a team from the Pontotoc County and Colgate Fire found the boy around 6 this evening, just about a half a mile from his house.
We talked all day long about wanting a good outcome, and we didn't get that.
A large search effort for a small boy ends in tragedy as investigators try to figure out what led to Eris Muse's death.
After a long day and an extensive search with over 20+ agencies involved, I have the unfortunate responsibility to let everyone know that we did find the boy. Unfortunately, we found him deceased.
The Muskogee Nation says the father told them the little boy crawled in bed with his parents around 1:30 this morning, and when they woke up at 6:30, he was not in bed and nowhere inside their home. The 2-year-old's father told police the little boy would have had to make it through 3 locks on a door to get outside.
I shift those prayers now to the family and to the law enforcement officers that poured their heart and soul into today's search. The hardest thing for them is whenever it turns out like it did today.
20 search teams came to look for the little boy.
This is how we operate in Oklahoma, both tribal, state, federal, local, not only law enforcement, but you had first responders, you had fire, you had horseback, you had guys that brought horses out and dogs. DOC was there. We do come together. And we had a lot of citizens reach out as well, wanting to help. And that's just Oklahoma, and we're proud to be a part of that.
Investigators aren't saying what they think could have contributed to his death. If you know anything, you're asked to call Muskogee Light Horse Police. In Okfuskee County, Ashland Brothers, Oklahoma's own News on 6.
Talk about a cool start this morning. 53 was this morning. Last time we were this cool, you have to go back to May 27th, 48 degrees, 109 days ago. It has been a big change. Unfortunately, it's not a long change. Earlier this morning, in fact, we had some temperatures showing up at 45 in Bartlesville, 43 coming in around the Bristow area. It was amazing. And then this afternoon ended up around 85 in Tulsa, almost 90 in Coffeyville. So we got quite toasty, and because of the dry air, that makes a difference. And that also makes a difference in our temperatures. We're in the 60s on the southwest side of the metro, still the heart of Tulsa coming in around 76. So what's ahead? Well, we're just chilling Tuesday morning. Got to enjoy that. And it's still dry. And also summer sizzle, yeah, it's returning. More details of your forecast shortly.
Tulsa County extends its burn ban another week. The Tulsa Area Emergency Management Agency's director says Tulsa County had 65 fires last month, which is 4 times the average for August. There have been 7 so far this month. County leaders say they are still waiting for drought conditions to improve. Craig County also extended its burn ban another 7 days.
Governor Kevin Stitt has issued an executive order to try to bring relief to Oklahoma farmers. The order will create an emergency commission and authorizes that commission to use relief funds to help farmers who have lost money on their crops and livestock because of the drought. All 77 counties are in a state of emergency for drought conditions right now. Well, agents from Homeland Security investigations in Tulsa arrest a Broken Arrow man accused of hiding cameras in a cabin and in his own home.
The affidavit says the case came to light in August when Philip Springer and his wife had a birthday party for their teenage daughter, and she invited friends to come to Keystone Lake. News on 6's Lex Rodriguez is live with more on what agents say happened. Lex?
Craig and Lori, the affidavit says that after a day of swimming and fun, the girls were getting ready for bed. That's when they noticed a red light coming from what looked like a USB wall charger in the bathroom. It says the girls took it apart. That's when they realized it was a hidden camera. The affidavit says the girls started looking around the cabin and found a second hidden camera inside a motion sensor. also in the bathroom, pointed at the shower. It says Philip Springer had rented the cabin, so the girls turned over the cameras to him with the SD cards. It says some of the girls went to the park office to report what happened, and when Springer handed over the cameras to investigators, they no longer contained the SD cards, and they say Springer admitted he used lighter fluid to burn them. Just in case there were images on them, he didn't want the images out there. Agents say the investigation led them to serve a search warrant at Springer's home, where they recovered 20 devices. They say going through all those devices will take weeks, but so far, they found videos from 2 hidden cameras inside Springer's home, including one in the bathroom. They say one video showed Springer's face as he set up the camera, then showed him showing a video to a teenage girl and offering to pay her for a sex act, and she repeatedly said no. They say another video showed teenage girls undressing to shower and drying off afterward. The affidavit says they also recovered images of children as young as toddlers being sexually assaulted. They say Springer denied putting the cameras in the cabin and denied he would have any images of child pornography on any of his devices. Agents say Springer told them he has a minister's license, is involved in a church, and takes mission trips, and is also a handyman. Investigators say that gives him access to multiple potential victims and makes him a danger to the community. Springer was booked into jail for peeping Tom, having child pornography, making lewd proposals to a minor, and destruction of evidence. Lex Rodriguez, Oklahoma Zone, News on 6.
Tulsa police are looking for a man who they say bought cell phones with fake IDs. Officers shared these photos of the man they say went into at least 3 different stores in the Tulsa area and used fake IDs to get 3 new iPhones and an Apple Watch. Police estimate his height to be about 4 feet 8 inches tall. Anyone with information should call Tulsa Crime Stoppers. Some people at Broken Arrow in a neighborhood say they are sick of dealing with raw sewage spills in a creek near their homes. People who live near Adams Creek say this is the 2nd time in a year it's been full of raw sewage. The Broken Arrow Utilities Director says crews are working on improvements to another sewage station, and that should take some of the pressure off the one that keeps leaking. The updates, though, will cost about $4 million. The city says wet wipes are a major source of blockage, and people need to stop flushing them.
DHS is partnering with the state health department to provide at-home COVID vaccines for people who are homebound. They say it would allow those with medical conditions to get the shot if they choose, even if they can't get out to a clinic. People who need a vaccine home visit can contact DHS or fill out a form online. And Tulsa Riverside Airport is getting a state grant to improve its runways and increase safety. The Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission approved the $3 million project. That grant covers reconstruction costs for several taxiways so they'll meet FAA standards and to make them safer and more efficient. Now, federal grants will cover most of the cost, but state grants and sponsors will then cover the rest.
Almost 150 businesses will participate in a small business crawl this weekend, and they're offering all kinds of sales and discounts. This is the 2nd year of the Tulsa Go Small Business Crawl that's happening this Friday and Saturday. They have a lot more stores participating this year, even beyond Tulsa County. Organizers say it helps people save money and helps the stores bring in business.
I think that inflation has taken a big toll on some of these small businesses, and I definitely think that by offering some sort of discount or whatever, some sort of special promotion, it gives the consumer an opportunity to go and try something that they might not have otherwise done.
To get the discounts, you can buy a pass card at the Half Acre at 31st and Harvard on Friday and Saturday from 9 until noon. Well, it's starting to cool off again tonight as Green Country heads toward fall, but still going to be hot.
Warmer temperatures that are blowing back in across the Osage Casino Skycam network. And we're going to show you the new wellness center at the Owasso Family YMCA.
But first, why a woman is collecting hundreds of blankets and stuffed animals to donate to the Child Abuse Network.